My first memory is walking into the store and just kind of seeing it kind of painted ghostly gray and seeing all the walls of books everywhere and smelling that kind of chocolatey and seeing my grandpa and my dad working side by side at the buying desk, heading straight back to the children's section where it was just candy-colored books, and I felt like such a princess because I could pick out any book.
Nancy Bass Wyden is the third generation of the Strand owners. 93 years ago, her grandfather opened the store that later became one of New York City's most famous bookstores. Today, the Strand is in a myriad of New York City guides as one of the most unusual, largest, and oldest bookstores in the world.
This is the most expensive book in the store's current possession, and it's a limited signed edition of James Joyce's Ulysses, all of which were signed by Henri Matisse, who was the artist who illustrated it, signed also by James Joyce.
The Strand has survived the Great Depression, 2 World Wars, and 9/11, but the COVID pandemic has become the store's biggest challenge. The store was closed for 4 months, and its financial troubles are getting worse.
Of course, at first it was very painful, and I very much felt all alone, and I didn't know what am I going to do next. So I decided I would write a letter, a heartfelt letter, and appeal to our customers and my friends and see if they would. The only ask was, would you buy your holiday gifts from us?
3 hours after the post was published, the Strand's website crashed. 25,000 online orders came in simultaneously. Before the pandemic, the daily average was around 300.
We had one lady from the Bronx, and she put in an order of 197 copies of, and we've had people just volunteering to give our employees pizza parties. I mean, lots of $500 gift cards.
The packaging department couldn't manage the tsunami of orders, so Wyden joined them. The store's employees voluntarily came into work on weekends to help with the orders.
It was sort of a combination of wow and uh-oh. Yeah, we instantly started figuring out how are we going to do this.
Thank you, New York, for today.
At the same time, a giant line snaked outside the Strand's entrance. For the first time since mid-March, New Yorkers in large numbers came to the bookstore.
It's really sad. So everyone's getting books this year for Christmas. Everyone I know.
Thanks to simple acts of generosity, Wyden says the store will survive however many more months of the pandemic there are.
I have to think that my grandpa and dad are looking down at this turn of events and are absolutely floored and cannot believe this phenomenon. And I never would have imagined this outpouring of love.
For Anna Nelson in New York, Anna Rice, VOA News.